Welcome to FMYI, and thanks for creating a site to empower your team. There are lots of ways to customize this site to fit your needs. The left navigation has your workspace categories. This is how you organize your site. The plus sign is how you add new workspaces in each category to post information and streamline communication. In the middle, you've got a dashboard with search labels that tag your workspaces and show a dynamic snapshot. In just a moment, you'll see how to customize all of these up on the Admin tab. Also on the homepage, you have featured workspace pages, and you control what shows up here. Go to any workspace, and at the top right, click Actions. You can unfeature, or to bring attention to something, you can feature it on the homepage. You can edit the name of a workspace by hovering and clicking Edit. And you can change the image by clicking the picture. On the right, you can expand workspace options to control access and more. The post box is on every page where you post messages, files, tasks, forms, and more. Just above the post box are drop-downs of your search labels and some custom fields, and these can be customized to your workflow. This is all done on the Admin tab, which is why our customer success team will take you through and help you customize and love your intranet.
To start customizing your site the way you'd like it, you want to find the Admin tab. It'll always show up in the top right-hand corner of your screen. If you click on this arrow here to the right of it, you'll see three very common links. The first one, Invite People, takes you to where you invite people into the site. The second one takes you to Manage People. This is how you manage existing profiles in the site. For example, someone's access to the site, or if you need to deactivate them completely. And Site Announcements takes you straight to where you can edit this announcement that shows up at the top of the page. So there are just three very common links. So I'm going to actually go up here in the top right and click on the Admin tab, just so you can see what we're working with here. You'll see important things on here like workspace categories, search labels, and things like the site name, any images and colors that you want to add. So right now I have a blue in the background and I have this cool picture up here, so that's how you could change those. You can have an image in the background if you want. You just go to Site and Workspace Images. And then site color if you decide you just want like a nice blue like this. And then site announcements are managed here as well. That's the message that shows up on the home page. So workspace categories, we're going to go in there and take a look. I want to show you how right now we only have categories set up: resources, projects, contacts. If you click more, you'll even see where you can further customize what drop-down bars show up. We're looking at a project. You had the drop-down bar at the top showing the project status and the size. You can choose, right now these are search labels, which I'll show you in a second, but this is how you can check off the search label to show up as a drop-down bar, which is great. All you have to do is uncheck it if you don't want it to show up. You're still able to assign it to the project by clicking Edit on the right of each workspace, but this lets it show up at the very top. Then you can also do things like select the default post site. So right now we have it set to automatically have it open for you to create a form. But if you'd rather have people, default to message or file or link, you can really get into the nitty-gritty details of the site. So let's look at search labels now, since we were talking about the status here. I'm going to go to search labels. And so these are the search labels that are in the site. So you can add as many as you want. What you do is you first add a group. So you group them together. This search label group, for example, is project status. So if you want to add new search labels first, think about how you're going to group them together, add it, and then underneath you'll see new search label, for example. You'll see right down here, then you can then start adding the actual search labels underneath. And to delete or rename, it's as easy as just clicking these links. You also see these arrows appear to the left of search labels, which allows you to, assign them a different order. Further left, you'll see the manage custom fields that we looked at briefly earlier. When we added a project, it asked these two questions: what's up, budget? So it's the same thing as search labels. First, think of how you're going to group them together. And these are blank fields where people can fill out information. So right now, what's up? It's a blank field where they can type in and, make sure that everyone's up to date with what's going on. And so on the left-hand side, you'll also see different views. You can look into topics and you can see what those are. It's a way to label each post that you put into the site. And then you can even edit what shows up on the home page or on the left or on the right. You can completely customize the site so that it fits with your team's vocabulary or their certain process. We want the site to fit in with your needs. Back to the admin tab again. You'll see that you can invite people here. You just click on the invite people link. And this is where you're going to be able to copy and paste in the email addresses of your team when you're ready for them to start using the site. You can paste them in like this example. You just put it in there and then comma, and then the next email address like you would an email. Or I like it with a line break in between. So let's say you have an Excel spreadsheet that has a column of email addresses. You can just copy and paste that so that they're just on top of each other. You're going to invite them as general users. Do not invite your entire team as administrators. We recommend maybe having 1 or 2 administrators at the most. So general user means they'll be able to go into the site, interact, and post information. You would only invite someone as a guest if you want them to be able to see the site but not contribute at all. Maybe an outside view. Restricted user means that they will be able to see information in the site if you give them access to it, but by default they see nothing. So you have to specifically give them access to things you want them to see. So it even says extremely selective access. So general user is what we recommend for your team members. And then scrolling down, you'll be able to add them to teams if you decide to utilize those. And then important welcome message so that they know what they're being invited to. We recommend sending a regular email out to your team ahead of time just so they don't think this is spam. And then you just click invite people. If you want to see who's been invited already, you can click view existing invitations, or from the admin tab view, you'll be able to see manage invitations. And this is where you can go in and see who's been invited so far. And you can resend it if you need it to, or you can delete if you decide that you don't want them to have access to the site. And that's the admin tab.